Otago probably 2-3 weeks ago. So yeah, I'm roaring and ready to go.
David, also, you will play on Friday at 9 p.m. at night. Is there a reason why you were training at the head of the day under the heat? Is it a question for the leadership group, but is there a reason for that?
Not that I'm aware of. I think just because we've got the gym in the afternoon, I think it's probably the only main reason. Yeah, don't really have a reason for training in the middle of the day. I think we're playing at 9 o'clock, so it doesn't really matter.
Is it a concern, the heat?
Nah, love the heat.
Okay.
But just with the talk about communication, obviously pivotal your role. Is there anything you're doing in particular to help you with trying to prepare for potential noise of that crowd and not being able to hear each other?
Yeah, you just you've got to be fluid in your sort of communicational, I guess, as a 9 from the forwards to the backs. It's kind of that link. So you can practice that during the week. Just if you got to get the calls, I guess from the first 5 to the line out, what the players and things like that. It's all just about the pathway of that communication. And yeah, we talk about that during the week, and especially on a week like this when we know it's going to be loud out there. So when we get into that game, there's no surprises and we're prepared for that.
Was it yelling louder, or do you have special signals, or like when the crowd's that loud, what do you do?
Yeah, there's a few sort of what-ifs, I guess. For example, if it's a line-out, you might just have to get closer, get up to the hooker, tell them what the play is, or I guess just bridge that gap between the calls if need be. But like I said, those are what-ifs that we prepare for, and so come game time, there's no surprises.
Was the one at the back? Yes.
Yeah. We are a few days before the big match against France. It's a question for both of you. How do you feel before this match? Do you feel like pressure to play France in France? Or do you feel that you are favorites? What's your feeling?
We just build on a good week. Like Dave said before, nothing really changes in the rugby aspect of what we need to do. Obviously the occasion is bigger than normal. Playing France in France for a Rugby World Cup opener, it doesn't really get much bigger than that. So for us as players, it's about building a strong week, taking it day by day and making sure we prepare really well throughout the week so that come Friday, we're ready to go and we can walk towards that pressure.
For you?
And yeah, I was going to ask you the same, both of you. It looks like it's the first time in the history of World Cups that probably New Zealand is not the huge favorite of the competition. Do you agree with that? And what does it change for you as players? Is it a good point or a bad point to not feel so much the pressure to be the team to beat?
Look, that's all external noise that we block out as a team. We focus on what we can, and at this point it's about, like I said, building a good week, getting better and taking the learnings from the last few games. And yeah, like I said, we try and block out that external noise and focus on ourselves. And I guess if other people are going to rate us as underdogs, then we'll walk towards that. It doesn't really matter for us. The focus stays the same, and yeah, we're focusing on this Friday.
Thank you, Jane. Next meeting.
Cheers. Yep.
Okay, people, we've got Findlay Christie and David Havili. Far away. Team, who wants to go first?
Dave, just been getting an update on Geordie, just from, I suppose, a player perspective. It must be tough to see a teammate kind of go down and be absent. How much of a blow would that be for you guys?
Yeah, it'd be huge. You know, he's a competitor, and you know, he's going to do everything he can to get out on the field. So yeah, he's got a bit of a niggle, but the competitor that he is, he'll try and be out there for his team, and we hope he is.
How does your week change, or if at all, when it's someone in your position that goes down? Does your week change at all? Do you have more involvement in training at all or anything like that?
It's pretty much the same. Like, everyone's preparing to play. You know, things like this can happen. Injuries can just come out of nowhere. So it's a full team thing. It's, when you're called upon, you're ready to go.
David, the challenge of France in an opening World Cup game, does it get much bigger than that?
No, it doesn't, and that's awesome. You know, it's a great challenge for us. something that we've got to walk towards. And we had an awesome day today. Later, a wee bit of detail and then a few foundations that we had to work on over the last couple of weeks, which has been great, and we're looking pretty good.
And just talk about Anton Dupont and the kind of player that he is and the influence he has on the French team. Is he a player you've sort of taken notice of over the last few years?
Yeah, he's obviously world class, and I think he's won World Player of the Year, and for a good reason. He's, like I said, world class, and he's sort of the heart of that team, and a lot of their attack and that run off him. So again, it's cool to play against these players and to, I guess, study them in a week where you're coming up against them, and we're going to have to be on because he's an awesome player.
How vital is he, given especially Intermac's out for the tournament, is 10, so do you think he might take on even more importance to the French?
Yeah, I guess might have to lift a bit, but like I said, he's a world class player, and the other players they have that can step in there are awesome as well. So they're going to be a dangerous team no matter what, and we're going to have to be on our A game.
Finlay, rugby is not the number one sport in France. If you had to sell the game into the game between Dupont and Aaron Smith, what would you sell to the wide audience?
I'd say if you could put them both into one, that'd probably be the best of all time, I think. Aaron Smith as a 9, he's built his game off passing, which all 9s have to be good at, and then you've got Dupont, who's just got that other X factor of awesome running game, awesome kicking game, and he can pull these plays out of nowhere. So, like I said before, when you're playing up against players like that, you've got to be on for the whole game, for the whole 80 minutes, because, like I said, they can just pull freakish plays out of nowhere and come out of the blue, and they'll be under the sticks 80 metres away or something. So, the boys are definitely prepared for that, and like Dave said, we've built a few foundations over the last couple of weeks, and we're looking forward to it.
With your expertise, when you see video analysis, how much of an influence they have, both of them, on the forwards? Who would you rate has the most influence?
Out of
Aaron Smith or Antoine Dupont, when you analyse the footage?
Oh, look, I guess I'm not too sure. Both teams play different ways, and 9s are game drivers, so it's a big part of the game that a 9 has to play is be that bridge between the backs and the forwards. So they're both world class players, so what a spectacle it's going to be to see them going head to head.
I guess what you've been through with your health and things, and at one stage fearing, you might not get to play rugby again, what would it mean to you to potentially run out and start to France and Friday?
Yeah, everything, like you said, I had a bit of a tough run over the last couple of years, but just been really grateful to be in this environment and giving everything I can to this team. And over the last couple of weeks, it's sunk in that got the potentially get the opportunity to play this weekend. So I'm just preparing to play, and if I get that opportunity, then the smile on my face will be huge running out.
David, how have you found the kind of vibe and everything of your first World Cup? Can you feel a bit of a lift about things at the moment, knowing it's only a few days away?
Yeah, there's definitely a wee bit more going on, but in terms of the game sense, nothing really changes for me in terms of preparation for the week. You've obviously got a wee bit more commitments outside of the field, but in terms of preparing for the week, it's been pretty similar of a normal week. But look, it's going to be awesome to have such a passionate crowd out there, and certainly excited to feel that.
Just like Nelson in summer, wouldn't it?
I was hoping you're going to ask that, mate. It's exactly like Nelson. Yeah, it's beautiful. Loving it.
Can I follow up? How are you dealing with things?
Yeah, pretty good. A couple of layers of sunblock before training, and been coping not too bad lately. So I think just need to keep Doc loaded up on the sunblock, and I'll be all right.
So we're not like Auckland in summer.
No way.
David, we had Scott McLeod before who talked that you've gone through some replays of the last time you played in Paris. I think you came off the bench that day. What have you learned? Was that a bit of a motivator, that loss a couple of years ago? Yeah, for sure. Like as a team, we probably didn't execute as many opportunities as we did, and France took theirs and they did that really well. I think, like Red said, Dupont's running game in terms of being able to
inflict that and make sure that we're all on around the field, because like you said, there's X factor across that whole French side, and we're just got to make sure that we can have our plans in place to make sure we can try and stop that. But like, it's going to be an awesome spectacle, and yeah, blessed to be a part of this team.
How does it make you feel watching this,
Gives the opportunity to get better, man, and that's what we're about as players, professional players. You take the tough losses on your chin and you move forward and you get better, and that's what we're going to do this weekend. And I think we've done that over the last couple of weeks, and certainly put a lot of those learnings into these last couple of trainings.
You guys have mentioned the crowd quite a lot in the lead up to this game, like much more so than any other time, at least from my perspective anyway. Is it something you guys have been talking about a lot? Like, what's making this different? Why you guys bring this up so much?
I think the crowds is different here. If you guys are UFC fans, like just a couple of days ago, the UFC were huge. They're loud, they're cheering, they're singing, and they bring that same sort of vibe into the rugby arena, and it's awesome to be a part of. I think the main thing is like, you got to make sure that the communication is key, because out there on the park it is quite loud, and being able to have your signals to make sure that you're getting across all your messages.
We watched a clip this morning of the local football team. They got pumped last night by PSG, 5-1. And at the end of the game, the team was made to line up in front of goal in front of their fans, while a spokesman from the Ultras, the hardcore fan group, basically paid them out in the buddy room. Would you be in favour of that?
Would I be in favour of that?
It's a rugby NBC.
Probably not. I'm not really a football follower, but it's pretty tough, isn't it? They're trying their best out there.
David, you spoke about the communication. On the crowd, is it only vocal communication, or do you have a process of signs, of glances?
Yeah, vocal communication. You just got to be close enough to each other, hear each other, and being able to have convos before plays happen and through our huddles, and you also can get messages from upstairs. So being able to be real flexible in that, and just being able to hear each other in the field, like every other game, it's going to be loud, but we just take that on the chin and being able to execute our stuff.
Dave, that 2021 game was the only time the Blacks played France in the past 5 years. While you can do your analysis, nothing beats playing in opposition. Does that make it harder to prepare to play France?
I don't think so. I think what France have been doing over the last couple of years has been amazing, and they've beaten a lot of the sides around the world. So we're focused on what we can do and how we can implement our game plan, and today was just a stepping stone into that. And it's been great to be able to come to Lyon and put that in place today.
David, for everyone back home in the
Yeah, I think it just gives young kids that are from my part of the world and from my area an opportunity to see that they can come from that side of the world, and it's been awesome to be here. And we've got so many good messages from old school mates, and the vibe around Mochuak, our small town, is amazing at this time of year, and being able to play for this team and give a wee bit of a pathway to those guys that are coming through school has been amazing. So it's really grateful for that.
And a few years ago, could you believe that you would be here?
To be honest, probably not. Like, I've been through a bit of a rough road, major bowel surgery, injuries the last couple of years. So for me, it's all been about timing and just giving myself an opportunity to be here. And over Super Rugby probably didn't finish the way I wanted to in the sort of the final run, but I just had to show that I was ready to go, and got that 40 minutes in against